So if you've ever felt overwhelmed by the endless amount of credit card options out there, then this video is for you. In this video, I'll help you determine which credit cards are best for you and share how to maximize its value to provide the most benefit. And to help us navigate through all of the credit cards out there on the market, we'll break this video up into 5 different tiers. We have the student cards, beginner cards, mid-tier cards, premium cards, and finally, the heavy tier of credit cards. So let's start off with student credit cards. These are credit cards typically aimed at students, but many major banks now have discontinued these specific products. Instead, if you're a student who's looking to get a credit card, you should be looking for a standard low rate or low fee card. Now, these cards tend to be fairly simple. That means no fancy features and for the most part, no reward programs. However, this can be of benefit to you if you are new to credit cards, as it allows you to focus on spending only what you need to spend due to having a smaller credit limit, and then pay off what you owe each month before you start getting charged interest. Most of the major banks will have a low rate or low fee card offering. Westpac, ANZ, and CommBank all have different low rate or low fee card offerings. But between those 3, I would choose between the CommBank low fee card, as it has a $0 annual fee and you can earn up to $40 cash back each month when you spend at least $500 or more. Or you can also consider the ANZ low rate card, which does have a $58 annual fee, but are offering a higher cashback of $400 cashback on your new card when you spend at least $5,000 on eligible purchases within the first 6 months. Now, a question I often get asked is, what if I'm an international student or someone with a visa? Can I still apply for credit cards within Australia? And the answer is yes and no. Each credit provider has different terms and conditions. For ANZ, as long as you have more than 12 months left on your visa, then you're eligible, but other providers might be more strict. So always check the eligibility by either calling the bank up directly or reading the T's and C's. Now, before we move on to the next credit card tier, a quick word from today's sponsor, pay.com.au. Now, you guys know I'm all about maximizing points from my everyday expenses. But as I now run my YouTube business, I'm now also trying to maximize my points for my business expenses. And if you're running a business and have a business credit card, then chances are you've run into a situation where you can't use your card for certain expenses. Things like paying for rent, suppliers, and your quarterly BAS statements. Either they don't take the card at all, or they cap the points that you earn. Well, pay.com.au is a business payments platform that solves that, because it lets you pay for all of your business expenses in one place. So instead of missing out, you're stacking up on points from everything from ATO payments to supplier invoices. On top of your normal credit card points, you can also choose to earn pay reward points, which you can redeem for things like gift cards and even transfer to over 16 airline and hotel partners. And if you sign up using my code RAY20 and process $10,000 worth of business expenses within your first 30 days, you can earn up to 20,000 pay reward points. Now, today's video was made as part of a paid partnership with pay.com.au, but as always, the thoughts and opinions I share about pay.com.au and any other products mentioned in the video are completely my own. And with that said, let's get back into the video. So moving on to the beginner tier, this is where things start to get a little bit more interesting. Now, in Australia, your credit score doesn't play as big of a role in getting approved for a credit card as it does overseas, like in the US. If anything, I don't think it matters at all. What really matters in Australia is your income and your ability to repay your debts. Personally, I never actually bothered with a student credit card, and I jumped straight into the beginner tier cards when I first started working a full-time job and started getting into credit cards. And honestly, that's probably where most of you started off as well. Beginner credit cards are still pretty straightforward. They usually come with a low or $0 annual fee if you pick the right one. And you can also snag a nice sign-up bonus, either cashback or potentially reward points as well, depending on the offer. On top of that, a lot of beginner cards also include a few extra perks like purchase protection or complimentary insurance, which is a handy bonus to have when you're just starting out. Now, there are a lot of credit cards that fall within this category, and there's way too many to cover off in this video, but if you wanted to check out some of my recommendations, then you can check out this video up here, because I've actually done a full video on some of the best beginner credit cards that you can sign up for. But I will mention two specific cards that I haven't mentioned in the previous video. The first one being the Hum 90 Platinum MasterCard. Now, right now, you can get $200 cash back when you spend at least $2,000 in the first 120 days. Plus, there's no monthly accounting fees for the first 12 months, after which it'll return to $9.95 per month. Now, the unique thing about this card is that it gives you a massive 110 days of interest-free on everyday purchases. That's actually massive because the most I've ever seen any other credit card give is 55 days worth of interest free. So this is double that. This means you technically might not have to make any repayments on your credit card for up to 110 days. And there's also no international transaction fees as well, which is also a great benefit. And lastly, you can also turn any purchase over $250 into an interest-free installment plan, which you can then repay over 9, 12, or 15 months. The second credit card is the ANZ Platinum Credit Card, as you can earn up to $450 cash back to your new card when you spend $4,500 on eligible purchases within the first 4 months, plus a $0 annual fee in the first year before reverting to $87 in the second. This card actually gives you a better return on investment compared to the ANZ low rate card. Essentially, another way to look at this card is that it's a blanket 10% off on everything that you purchase for the first 4 months, capped at $450. You also get a range of other benefits like travel insurance and purchase insurance, so a pretty decent offer from ANZ. Another good thing about this card is that after reading through the T's and C's of this card, there's actually no cooldown periods, which is a good sign, and it shouldn't exclude you from being eligible to have another reward or frequent flyer card with ANZ. Most banks right now have increased their exclusion periods for new card sign-up bonuses to either be between 18 to 24 months over the past year, which is why signing up for the correct card is so important. Because if you sign up for the wrong card, then you might have to wait nearly 2 years to be eligible to sign up again with that same provider. To make this easier for you guys, I've actually created a credit card tracker that I personally use myself. You just enter the details of when you opened and closed each card, and it will automatically tell you the next date and which you're eligible to sign up for another card with that same provider. This is based on all of the latest exclusion rules, and I will keep it up to date. It also keeps track of all of your reward points and annual fees that you've paid, so you can see exactly how much value you've earned over time. If you'd like to use it, I'll leave a link down below where you can download it. And don't worry, it's absolutely free. All that I ask for you guys to do is hit the like button on this video and also subscribe to the channel, because that's the best way to help me out. Next, we move on to the mid-tier cards. When it comes to these, they are generally going to have an annual fee that you'll need to pay, but sometimes depending on the sign-up offer, you could get a first year reduced fee. The majority of the mid-tier cards are going to give you the best benefits in the travel category, which does require a lot more effort on your end in order to maximize the value that you receive. This is because the value of your frequent flyer points can vary a lot depending on how you redeem them. Take as an example the ANZ Frequent Flyer Black Card, which has a pretty high annual fee of $425, but for the sign-up bonus, you earn 90,000 Qantas Frequent Flyer points and $200 cash back after spending $5,000 on eligible purchases. If you know how to properly use and redeem your Qantas Frequent Flyer points, then you can actually get thousands of dollars worth of value in return. Now, Qantas offers you heaps of options when it comes to redeeming your points. You can buy appliances, grab supermarket gift cards, or even book hotel packages. And whilst those sound convenient, they're also the worst value for your points. If you want to maximize your points, then travel redemptions, but more specifically, reward flights is where the magic really happens. Here's a rough breakdown of how much value you can expect to receive based on how you redeem your points. By far the worst redemption value is going to be redeeming your points for gift cards at roughly 0.5 cents per point. Booking hotel rooms gives you a little bit more at 0.8 cents, whilst reward flights will vary between 1.5 cents when booking economy flights, all the way up to 4 to 5 cents and greater for business class and first class seats. So for those 90,000 Qantas points that you earned with the ANZ Frequent Flyer Black Card, it could be worth $450 if you redeem them for gift cards, or up to $4,500 if you were able to snag a first class reward seat. That's why when it comes to those types of cards, you can really start to obtain some significant value from them if you know how to take advantage of these perks. But it is always important to ensure that these benefits align to your lifestyle. If you're someone who doesn't travel internationally often, then it really doesn't make sense to accumulate frequent flyer points. And perhaps going for a card that just gives you cash back will be more worth it in your scenario. When we move into this tier, some of these cards can also begin being classified as keeper cards. These are cards that you would keep in your wallet on an ongoing basis and continue to pay the annual fee each year. I would consider the Amex Explorer and the Qantas American Express Ultimate card as great candidates for keeper cards, because not only do they have great ongoing earn rates, but with both you also receive an annual travel credit to spend each year that directly offsets the annual fee that you have to pay. So really, you're not paying for anything out of pocket, and you're getting a whole heap of benefits on top as well. Some other great cards that fall into the mid-tier category that you can consider are the Velocity Flyer credit card, where you can earn up to 70,000 Velocity points when you spend $1,500 on your card each month in the first 2 months. With this card, you also receive a $129 Virgin Australia travel credit that also helps offset the annual fee. Or you can choose from any one of the 3 offers from Westpac's Altitude Platinum card. You can either earn Altitude reward points to redeem for gift cards and cashback, or choose from the Velocity and Qantas point offers. Alright, so moving on to the second last tier, which is the premium tier. This is where things start to get spicy. Premium cards is really where you need to commit, and you need to really learn the ins and outs of these cards and all the benefits they offer. Otherwise, you can actually start to lose money because the annual fees are starting to get really high here. Within this category, there's really only 3 cards I would include. The Amex Platinum card is first, which has a hefty annual fee of $1,450. The City Prestige has a $700 annual fee, and then the Qantas Titanium has a $1,200 annual fee. If you got any one of these cards and you don't leverage all of the benefits, then you'd potentially be wasting hundreds of dollars worth of value down the drain. And honestly, if that were the case, then you'd probably be better off signing up for a mid-tier or beginner card. But if you take the time to properly learn these cards and the benefits that are included, then you can really reap the rewards. Whether it's getting airport lounge access, or booking accommodation and getting a free room upgrade, or credits to be used for subscriptions or dining out at restaurants, these are just some of the many benefits included in these cards. In Australia, I would say that the Amex Platinum card is considered the most premium when it comes to credit cards. It's just stacked full of benefits, and honestly, sometimes it just feels like a big coupon book. But for a lot of people, $1,450 is a steep price to pay. That's like half of my monthly rent. So for most people, premium credit cards just aren't worth it. I mean, even I have never opened one of these credit cards before. So the last tier on this list is the heavy tier. And there's really only one card, and that's the Amex Centurion card, also known as the Amex Black Card. This is an exclusive invitation-only card made of anodized titanium reserved for American Express's highest spending customers. The card offers a suite of premium travel, lifestyle, and concierge services, including access to luxury airport lounges and status with hotel chains and airlines. Whilst there's no public application, existing Amex customers can request an invite, and reports suggest that the card requires a significant annual spend, somewhere within the range of $200,000 to $1 million per year in order to receive an invitation. Apparently, there's also an initial sign-up cost of $5,000 to get the card, and then an ongoing fee of $6,000 per year just to keep it. When it comes to credit cards, I think sometimes people get sucked into the flashiest, most expensive cards with all of the perks and premium branding. But honestly, the sweet spot usually sits somewhere between the mid-tier and beginner tier, depending on your lifestyle and spending habits. This is where you'll find cards that still offer strong sign-up bonuses, solid travel benefits, and reasonable annual fees. A great balance of value without overpaying for luxury features that you might never use. If you stay within that range and rotate through different cards strategically, you can build a huge balance of reward points over time, enough to fund some pretty incredible travel experiences. And that wraps up my credit card tier list video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe for more credit card content in the future. And if you'd like to know a step-by-step process on how I credit card hacked my way to flying business class for free, then check out this video right here.